What up, everybody? This is your old man. We-On-Loc Nation. I'm not old yet. We-On-Loc Nation in the building. Just thought I'd cover some of this insanity that's going on in the world today as far as the Trump talks are resuming for the time being. No time frame. The Trump talks are resuming for the time being until tomorrow morning. After tomorrow morning, he's going to start throwing bombs. Bombs and rockets are going up in the air. Boom, boom, boom. Well, guess what? Iran ain't fazed by none of what Trump is saying because he's basically watered a lot of stuff down. And again, if he goes to do the things that he said he was going to do, because I don't think he's going to do it. I'll be shocked if he did, but he just wants to just spend money. I mean, you want to base a $1 billion deal with Iran. Well, hey, look, they're glad to take it, but the threats they're not going to take. They're done with the threats. If they have to, they will retaliate, and this is costing money. This is costing lives and your taxpayers' money. So this is what I want people to do. This is what I want people to do. I want certain people to stop saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't know what he wasn't like this in 2016." Well, yes, he was. He just wasn't active because in everybody's memory loss is you didn't know what happened in 2020 when they stormed the fucking Capitol. We don't have we just have amnesia all of a sudden, where you have what Destiny calls the Proud Boys just waltz right on in the Capitol and smear shit all over everywhere and jump up on the desk and act like they put their foot on the coffee tables. Then he gets impeached. If you get impeached, I have a question. If you get impeached the first time, why are we letting you back in the second time? Why? Why? What are we doing? And they're just playing repeats and all this other shit. But yes, that's the deal. The negotiation talks. Trump says, I want to preference Trump fans that he said that the negotiation talks are going well. And we're going to resume. We're going to send JD Vance. We're going to send JD Vance over there. We're going to do this all over again. Hopefully we negotiate the deal. One bomb goes off, one pew pew goes off, and this is the thing. They're not letting him in the war room. They're not letting Trump in that goddamn war room because he temper tantrums. Telling you, all them temper tantrums. He's going after his 4-star generals. He's going after the media. He's going after everybody on Twitter. And he has to use his little Twitter fingers. Twitter this. Instead of in meantime, in between time, this shit right here costs money. Stuff like this here costs money. You want to get a cup of coffee? It costs money. It's called the economy. What the hell is he doing with the economy right now? I want everybody to know. I could care less about chit chat right now. I'm just talking. I want to hear what y'all think. You think he's doing good for the economy right now? You tell me. You tell me, because I'm done talking. I am really done talking. He ain't proved in their gas station yet. It's not that bad. Shut up. Shut up. If you filled up your tank, if you had the choice to fill up your tank or to get groceries, which would suffice for you? You have a choice. The only people who can get away with it are rich people. They can fill up their tank all the way. They can fill up all their cars all the way up to full, and then go to the grocery store and fill up their refrigerator. They have 2 refrigerators, 3 refrigerators. You could have 2 refrigerators and a freezer for the meats. We can't do that as 9-to-5 citizens. We can't do that. We got 1, maybe two refrigerators for the meats, but that freezer for the meats is getting kind of low. Stop playing, man. Stop fucking playing. And then he can't keep his mouth off of Obama. Obama this, Obama that, Obama this, Obama that, Obama this, Obama that, Obama this, Obama that. Now he's scared, allegedly. Scared because Obama is now getting involved. How is he getting involved?
Donald Trump is losing it as former President Barack Obama is ready to end Donald Trump's term. He's ready to help Democrats get enough seats in the House of Representatives to impeach Donald Trump. And this is haunting and taunting Donald Trump and making Trump terrified. You see, today's a big day across the country, especially in Virginia, where the Vote Yes campaign to temporarily change the Virginia congressional maps to give Democrats that 10-to-1 advantage. That vote is today, folks. The constitutional amendment, which would immediately change the congressional map in Virginia to give Democrats a 10-to-1 advantage over the MAGA Republicans. It's currently an 11-seat congressional district, 6 Democrats and 5 Republicans. And so Donald Trump is terrified because former President Obama has been leading the Vote Yes campaign in order to do the temporary redistricting in Virginia in response to Trump gerrymandering these MAGA Republican states across the country. So Donald Trump calls into this right-wing radio show, the John Frederick Show, and Donald Trump's like, they're going to impeach me. If the yes vote wins in Virginia, I'm going to get impeached. Obama's going to want to impeach me. This is what
the one thing the Democrats do, they stick together, even on really horrible policy. I always say they have horrible policy, but they stick together. They impeached me, and they had no right to impeach me.
Right.
And they did it like nobody even knew it was going to happen.
And then moreover here, Donald Trump calling in John Fredericks, and Trump's like, can you believe it? They're actually trying to do redistricting in Virginia. It's so unfair. This is so unfair. What do you mean it's so unfair? You started this in Texas. This was your idea. Democrats are just finally striking back after Governor Newsom in California was able to do the redistricting in California. Listen to what Trump says. Play this clip.
Well, it's terrible. It is true, John. It's nobody's ever seen anything like it. It's so unfair. They even say it's unfair. They say, oh, they'll do it once and maybe they'll go back to what it was. The whole thing is ridiculous. And she's been a horrible governor. Look at all the problems that we've got with her. The whole country is talking about it, actually. And I guess she goes down as the worst governor for the first period of time, short period of time ever. But she's totally different. She said she was going to be a moderate. She wasn't going to raise taxes. And literally in her first day, she wiped out all of the good that was done by your excellent governor. Glenn did a great job. He was a great governor. And she just wiped it out.
To him, any and everybody who's a Republican, and everybody who's a Republican who does great, everybody who is a Republican who does great and kisses this dude's ass is great, and he'll endorse. He'll endorse and he'll give you large amounts of money. But as soon as you mess up, all the endorsements are gonna go, and you're gonna get fired. That's how Trump operates. He was here, as I stated days ago, that he was here in Las Vegas. Yap, 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 yappity, yap, 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 yap. And you Trump supporters are still rocking with. I was listening to Dean today. Don't ask me why. I was listening to Dean today, and some old lady called in, and the basic question, why do you support Trump? Because, the policies, the tariffs, and yada, yada, yada. He was basically explaining how the tariffs are ruining this country, and it is jacking up the price of food, jacking up the price of goods. And she said, well, we had to start somewhere, and Dean debunked all that. And then, of course, everybody and their mama like to go back 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 9, that's a 10, that's 11, that's a 12 years of Obama-dom or Bill Clinton-dom. Well, Bill Clinton, he was a terrible president. He did something to Lewinsky. She was an adult. Yeah. Monica Lewinsky was an adult. Donald Trump was allegedly messing with children. Yeah. Big difference there. So she went on and on and on and on. And I said to myself, she's a hoarder. Old people like this who just, well, there's good people and then there's bad people and yada, 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 yada. I'm like, she's a hoarder. Hoarders are people who just collect stuff and just leave it there, even though it's just filled full of shit or it's dusty or filled full of maggots. All they're going to have to do is just wipe the shit off and just leave it in the same place. Just leave it. Prove it. Prove what? I want to prove how nonviolent I can be. I ain't Dean Withers. I ain't Parker. I ain't Isaiah. Go over there. That's what hoarders are. They just keep stuff and shit just keeps piling and piling up and piling up and piling up. So I said, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Go to a new caller. Because people are going to keep people like that. Because they ain't got nowhere else. They ain't got nowhere else to go. They ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't got nowhere else to go. They will literally trust this man to his dying day. They are going to have a funeral. They're going to have a funeral based on Donald Trump's bullshit. And just in case, for those who are turning the corner, I don't want to fucking hear you. If you want to do anything for me, for those Trump supporters who want to turn that corner a little, I don't like his rhetoric. I don't like Donald Trump now. Oh, no. Stay your ass over there. Stay your ass over there until something happens. Either he's going to get impeached or he's going to get arrested or he's going to get shot. Either way, I don't care. Stay your ass over there. You don't want the one that voted for him, right? Stay your stupid ass over there. And for these black conservatives, fuck you too. It's just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. We have not come off the plantation. Some of us have. We have not coming off the plantation. We have not coming off Willie Lynch syndrome. It is just disgusting.
And not only wiped it out, you put taxes on every single item. You cut your lawn, you wash your laundry. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. She went absolutely bonkers, and you just can't have this. And this is what they're going to be doing with this referendum. If the Democrats, look, if they get additional House seats, at some point, if they get these additional seats, they're going to be making changes at the federal level. So I cut taxes more than anybody's ever cut them. They will change that. So they wanted to raise taxes. They wanted to raise regulations. They want to have men and women's sports. They want to have a transgender mutilization of your children for everybody. It's a mutilization of your children. They want to have every single thing that you don't want.
And then he continues to, again, cry and complain about how terrified he is of a redistricting referendum passing in Virginia.
He doesn't want to get cheated. I said, dude, you're not running again. After this is it. You're not running a third term. Everybody thinks he's going to run a third term. He's not. That's illegal. That is fucking illegal.
To change the Constitution, play this clip.
What's going to happen if we lose these elections, the House, and in this case the House, and it's going to be a disaster. If they do this, they're guaranteed to pick up a lot of seats. And everybody knows it's unjust, including.
So then you have former President Obama cutting heads. And this is former President Obama's push. He says, Virginia, if you haven't done it already, make a plan to vote yes on the redistricting referendum. You can vote early by April 18th, and then Election Day is April 21st, today. Find your polling place at iwillvote.com/Virginia. You're playing this clip.
Hey, Virginia. Early voting is underway, and Virginians are turning out in record numbers to vote yes. By voting yes, you have a chance to do something important, not just for the Commonwealth, but for our entire country. By voting yes, you can push back against the Republicans trying to give themselves an unfair advantage in the midterms. By voting yes, you can take a temporary step to level the playing field. And we're counting on you. Early voting is happening right now. Election Day is on April 21st. So go to iwillvote.com/VA to find your closest polling location. Make a plan, show up, and vote yes.
And by the way, leading to today's vote, Obama was with Mayor Mamdani in New York, and he was just hanging out with kids, just demonstrating again what leadership looks like. I'll show you a clip that I didn't show over this past weekend. Here, play this clip.
Hi guys, how's it going, everybody? Good. Is it going good? My name's Karak. How you doing? And what's your name, Sasha? I have a Sasha.
Let me interrupt for a minute to bring you this important news story. So we're seeing a major warning sign right now across the United States, and it's one that can impact everything from wildfire season to your grocery bill. New data shows that more than 61% of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration
for mechanisms to enforce it, and you, Barack Hussein Obama deal penned by Barack Hussein Obama, and Sleepy Joe deal penned by Barack Hussein Obama deal penned by Barack Hussein Obama, and Sleepy.
I just thought I'd do that to find it better. Let's read the chat. What's going on, chat? How you doing? How you doing, chat? How's it going, chat? Barack Hussein Obama. When they gonna come up with a new name? Quite frankly, I get tired of that name. Barack Hussein Obama. He's not even from the Middle East. What the hell? JD Vance. Why would you? Okay. Would you really want JD Vance to be your next president? There's so many other candidates out there for Republicans. Do you really want JD Vance out there? Do you really want him out there? His daddy's a Kenyan. Do you know who you're talking to? His daddy's Kenyan and his mom's white. Yikes. The racism in this room. Hey, how you doing? Shonnery? How you doing? Hey, how you doing, hon? Thanks for joining the live stream. We're just talking about a bomb in office about to go off, and apparently they didn't want him in the war room because he's going to press that button tomorrow. Allegedly. Press the button and go off on Iran. Yes, I said racism, motherfucker.
Joe Biden, one of the worst deals ever made having to do with the security of our country. They gave $1.7 billion in green cash loading into Boeing 757s.
I don't know what's
That's not true, number one.
You tell me.
But number two, Obama actually did a deal that had multilateral buy-in where there were mechanisms to enforce it, and you are not even able to really negotiate extensions of ceasefires with Iran. Also, Donald Trump posted the following about Obama. Oh my God, emoji, open mouth face emoji. This is a Trump post. I'm still trying to process what happened. The highest ranking U.S. intelligence official just released smoking gun docs proving that Obama and his underlings committed treason and sedition, meaning Trump was right about everything. The news is fake and the deep state is real.
The economy's going to shit. Gas prices are high. Healthcare is not where it should be. And immigration reform, no one really gives a shit about. But my point of contention is you're tweeting. This your president? This your king? This your king? Mr. Taco, is Mr. Taco your king? This is your king?
Can you believe this is what the guy's posting? And meanwhile, former President Obama just nails it. So while Donald Trump is doing that, Obama keeps cutting ads. And he's like, Virginia, free and fair elections are under threat from the GOP. Vote yes. Here's the ad that Obama cut. Here, play this clip.
Free and fair elections are the cornerstone of our democracy, but right now they are under threat. Over the past year, several Republican-controlled states have taken the unprecedented step of redrawing their congressional maps in the middle of the decade. And they've done it for a simple reason: to give themselves an unfair advantage in the midterms this fall. In April, Virginians can respond by making sure your voting power is not diminished by what Republicans are doing in other states. This amendment gives you the power to level
the person that's from Nigeria, welcome, Mr. Williams. I'm not too good with names. Welcome in, blessings. What I said about JD Vance, I didn't say anything about JD Vance. All I ask is, why would you prefer JD Vance to be president? He just doesn't seem presidential to me. To me, he doesn't. I mean, there's other candidates out there. I'm not a Republican by any means. I don't give a shit, but I'm just saying for y'all, there are better candidates out there, better than this one, which you have right now in office. It's the same thing with Democrats. There's might be one for me that clearly I would possibly waste my time going to the polls and voting. I'm just saying, there are no other candidates out there. To tell you the truth, both sides are just stale to me. Both sides. But this is the reason why I push for Jasmine so much, because she's a breath of fresh air to me. Not to y'all. I don't know who you guys want. I don't know. I didn't say Kamala. See, you said Kamala because you're thinking about Kamala. Aha! You're thinking about Kamala. You want Kamala on that seat. You need Kamala on that seat.
Playing field in the midterms this fall, and voters will have the final say over what the maps look like. This is the responsible thing to do. It's also a temporary measure. After the 2030 census, Virginia will go back to a system that lets a bipartisan redistricting commission redraw the maps. We can't afford 2 more years of unchecked power and zero accountability in Washington. Help us chart a better path forward, Virginia. Early voting begins on March 6th. Election day is April 21st. Vote yes, Virginia. To get involved, go to virginiansforfairelections.com.
And then
For those who are in Virginia, go vote, go vote, go vote. We need this bum out immediately. Like a bad virus, we need it out immediately. All right.
then you had people like Ro Khanna going right on Donald Trump's home turf, state regime media, which calls itself Fox, and on home turf within home turf, which is Maria Bartiromo, who's basically the biggest Donald Trump bootlicker out there, or one of them. And watch as Ro Khanna, Democratic Congress member, schools Maria Bartiromo while Donald Trump is being haunted by Obama, and she tries to go and attack Obama. Watch what Ro Khanna does. This was great. Here, play this clip.
Barack Obama was a great statesman who left America much safer. I wouldn't put Donald Trump in the same paragraph. The reality is when President Obama left, because of the great efforts of people like Valerie Jarrett, we had 97% of the enriched uranium out. The reality is we didn't have 13 American service members dead. The reality is we never had gas go up from $2.30 to $4. The reality is we did not give China more role in the region. Let me finish, Maria. I'll let you finish.
Okay,
we didn't give China more role in the region. We did not give the IRGC a more hardline regime in there. You know why? Because Obama actually did his homework. He actually tried to engage in statesmanship. He got China, Russia, the entire European allies on board with getting Iran on a path to not having a nuclear weapon. All Trump did is listen to Netanyahu. That's his entire foreign policy. And you know what? I resent the fact that Israel is going to tell the United States what to do. The American president should call the shots in this country.
Dig themselves a hole.
And the American president should call the shots in this country, but you and your colleagues are trying to clip his wings right now with this war powers vote. I agree. The president is in charge. But look, a lot of the things that you just said are just not true, Congressman. I mean, look, we have to look at this realistically. And President Obama sent money to the Iranians. And what did they do? They resumed their buildup of enrichment.
The money that Obama sent was money that we stolen. At one moment, I think it was Bush that said, "Hey, we're gonna go. We want peace, and here's weapons. If you give us like $400 million, we'll provide you with weapons." We took the money and we ran back home. Obama comes back, and that's when we have, real peace talks. And promises of not building any nuclear weapons. And it's worked ever since then until 10 years later, here comes this bum canceling out and saying, I'm going to do the deal how I want. And look where it's progressing. I say, how's it working out for you thus far? How's it working out thus far? Is it working out for you? So you're just going to erase, you're going to debunk everything that Obama did because you feel a certain way, and now you putting your name on the deal. We feeling useless because you crashing out. Really? Never get tired of winning. I get tired of the excuses. I get tired of the excuses. He said, be patient. It's been a year and a half. Almost. It's been a year and a half. It don't take what is up with y'all, muff? It don't take no damn year. It don't take no damn year to build up money to boost up an economy. It don't take no fucking year. Stop it. Stop. Will you guys stop? It doesn't take a year. Stop it. Next thing you know, it's going to take freaking 2 years because he's still going to be on this war shit. They are not afraid of him. Stop. Just stop.
True.
Yeah,
not true.
What's not true? What's not true? What specifically about that sentence is not true?
There was a deal that we reached to get 97% of the enriched uranium out. In the process of that, Iran had certain assets that were Iranian assets, wasn't our money, that was unfrozen. And that was a deal that China, Russia, France, UK, Canada, the United States all agreed to.
And
then you had Netanyahu come in and try to torpedo it, and AIPAC tried to torpedo that deal. We were on a...
But you also need government to build your roadways, fix your bridges. You need government for all that. You don't need, is it that you need more government or you need less government? You can't have no government because you don't own and control nothing. You need some government in there, but you don't need government to change your life or control it, rather. You don't need government to control your life. I don't believe anything the government tells me. More ice. Where's the salt? You want more ice? Give me salt.
Path to having a denuclear Iran, but what happened is it wasn't in Netanyahu's interest and AIPAC's interest, and they've dragged us into another war in the Middle East. They've hurt American people, and the American people are tired of it. They want people who are going to be Team America. They want people who are going to bring gas prices down here and care about our nation and get us out of these wars, and that's why Obama won. He was against the Iraq war. That's why he was on a path to normalization in terms of getting Iran to be denuclear, but it had the whole world on our side. And AIPAC, Netanyahu tore that up.
Relax. Congressman.
Now, going back to Donald Trump's interview with John Fredericks, then Donald Trump just started whining about Iran. Play this clip.
Because other things, I've already fixed inflation largely. I mean, as soon as we get them to no nuclear weapons in Iran, which is going to happen, I think, very quickly, actually. We've just decimated them. But as soon as we get that, you're going to see prices drop. You're going to see energy come down like you've never seen it before. All these things are going to happen. But I got rid of, you go right before, and even now, you go right before the fact that I had to make that little journey after having the best economy in
smile for the cameras, you piece of shit.
We're going to have to take a little journey down to Iran. I know you're in favor of what we're doing. I think, yes, frankly, everyone is. They don't talk about it. But you can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. You want to see a stock market get hit. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And they'll use it here. They'll take out the Middle East. They'll knock out Israel in the Middle East. And they'll come to Europe and they'll come here. Because They are, let's say, ill, very ill, and we can't let that happen. So we're doing great, and I think we've already won militarily. They have no Navy, they have no Air Force, frankly, they have no leaders, they have no anti-aircraft mechanisms and machinery. It's all gone, but they have no leaders, and you see what's going on. So we now are controlling the strait. We're not letting them get any, they're losing $500 million a day by us blocking the blockade, blocking the Hormuz Strait.
No.
And a lot of good things are happening. But
what Trump is missing is when they build that I think it's called a toll line or something, where ships can just sneak on in, and he supposedly, allegedly blocked that one too. Don't piss them off. Do not piss them off. Leave them be. Do your negotiation talks then. Leave these people be. We ain't supposed to be even over there. You don't piss off the right person. Trust me.
So we cut taxes more than anybody in history, and they want to raise them. The economy hit an all-time high, the Dow, and frankly, it's very close to it right now. With all of this, it's actually very close to it right now. But it hit the all-time highest ever. S&P is 7,000, and think of that. They thought you couldn't do that in 4 years, and the Dow is over 50,000. They said it can't be done over 4 years. It'll never be done. All of that's going to be destroyed. Your 401ks are going to go down. All of that, the great things that we did now on a national basis,
that is on him.
It's going to be destroyed. And Virginia's going to be one of the biggest losers. We brought in tremendous business and jobs for Virginia, and now she got lucky, frankly, and she takes advantage of that. But Glenn and myself, we brought all those jobs into Virginia, and now they're going to, frankly, there are companies now are trying to get out of their deal because they don't want to move to Virginia because of her. So when you see it all happening like this, you just have to vote no. It has to vote no. You can't let this happen in the ballot referendum.
Mr. President, if we can get your base out tomorrow, this is now a base election. We're going to turn the corner and win this by people voting no, and it's going to get defeated, which is going to change the entire narrative for the midterm.
And more of Donald Trump whining about Iran. Play this clip.
So we're going to bring it back just to what we want. And our country is going to be greater than ever before. And basically, it's MAGA, MAGA. And we're going to make sure that Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon, by the way. That's very close to being.
We've heard you say that 1,000 times already. He's not going to have them. Iran's not going to have a nuclear weapon. Iran's not going to have a nuclear weapon. Iran's not going to have a nuclear weapon. We heard you say that 1,000 times already. Tell us something new. Do us a favor. Make me a believer. And do something about this damn economy. Make me a believer. Raise the minimum wage up, and maybe I'll believe you. But I don't. I don't believe them. I don't believe none of these people do. But I really don't. Oh, I almost forgot. Remember when I said that they're excluding him out of the war room because of his temper tantrums?
Protesting in the Capitol, obviously, this scared MAGA Mike and Donald Trump, and they had the disabled veterans arrested. I'll show you in a moment what went down. Here, I'll show you this clip right here of them getting arrested. Let's play this clip. And then here I'll show you Trump, and they had the disabled veterans arrested. I'll show you in a moment what went down. Here, I'll show you this clip right here of them getting arrested. Let's play this clip. And then here I'll show you more of what this protest looked like. Let me show you this clip right here.
We are millions of military families demanding an end to the war on Iran. We demand that Congress not authorize 1 cent more
show you one more clip from the protest itself.
That's a damn shame, man. That is a damn shame. They're paying people they're arresting people one by one because of their First Amendment rights to express what's going on in the United States. That's a shame. That's a damn shame. It's cool when they do it. It's F you when I do it. If I have an issue with if I have the issue with the water in the United States, like for example in the state of Nevada, the lakes are dried up, and I say, well, hey, let's just buy water whenever we can. And you're going to say, we're going to wait until it starts raining. It may not even, we barely get any rain here. Barely. And when we do get rain, we do get rain. But it's not going to rain every day. It's going to get cold. It's going to get hot. It's going to get cold. It's going to get hotter. We might have a couple of dust storms. But absolutely, seriously, the water is just evaporated. It's gone. I haven't even been to the Hoover Dam yet. But it's a shame that you can't express your First Amendment rights in this country. It's a shame. It's a shame. Total fucking shame.
You know, this speaks to a larger issue, of course. Donald Trump's popularity worse than Richard Nixon now. At the time Nixon resigned, there's never been any person in the White House who has less popularity than Donald Trump. His term is sinking. His term is collapsing. He's humiliated. The entire world is laughing at him. What he always said, oh, they're laughing at Biden. No, everybody's laughing at you, Donald. You are pathetic. You are a loser. And you had the most horrific presidency in American history. You and your family will always be known for basically being the worst thing that's ever infected the United States of America. We're seeing it in the polling data right here. Did you all see this yesterday? Harry Enton's report. Wow, is all I'm going to say. Let's play this clip.
Yeah, okay. Americans say inflation is the number one issue facing them right now. And to quote the great Happy Gilmore, according to them, the price is wrong when it comes to the president of the United States. Just take a look at these net approval ratings when it comes to inflation. The president of the United States is hitting all-time record lows in all of these polls, and all of them. NBC came out yesterday, 36.
NBC, negative 36. CBS, negative 30. I don't know what IPSOS stands for. IPSOS. I want to get into the AI market. And by the way, I've looked into the AI market. Y'all might want to get some training on that. IPSOS. What does that stand for? It doesn't even say. IPSOS. I don't even know what that fuck. What does that stand for? Anyway.
6 points underwater. CBS came out a few weeks ago, 38 points underwater. Ipsos, Reuters, 43 points underwater. CNN came out earlier this month, 45 points underwater. And taking the cake is UMass Amherst, 47 points underwater across all of these polls. Trump is in his worst position ever on the issue that the American people say over and over and over again is their key number one issue.
Glad to hear that, but what is that supposed to do with the economy? I mean, we are sinking as in Not as much, but depending on where you live. The roadways are all messed up. Anywhere that I go, it's like traffic is just one lane. Everywhere that it doesn't matter how I take a route to work. It's always something going on. There's always something going on under this presidency. Why is that? Vessel is leading the global market research, and when you look that up. Thanks for the information. Yeah, I know you Googled that. Yeah. Thanks for the info, though.
Was it always thus? No, it wasn't this always thus, Mr. Berman. And this is what is so amazing to me. I mean, these shifts that we're just seeing, my goodness gracious, voters on Trump and inflation. In the 2024 election, remember, Trump got reelected to a second term and Joe Biden got pushed to the curb in large part because Americans felt he couldn't handle inflation. Trump was more trusted than Kamala Harris on inflation by 7 points. Look at his net approval right now. You average all those polls on the first side of your screen. 42 points underwater. That is a nearly 50-point shift away from the president of the United States.
A nearly 50-point shift. That's bad. What's worse?
Yeah, what's worse? You think this is bad, a nearly 50-point shift. How about a 70-point shift? I'm laughing because you never see numbers like this. Look at this. Independence on Trump and inflation. In the 2024 election versus Harris, Trump was favored by 10 points. Down he goes. Down he goes. He's down to 60 points underwater on inflation. That is a 70-point shift and a little bit less than 2 years worth of time. John Berman and I are big baseball fans. And I will tell you, I'm going to go to Trump's home borough in Queens because, to be honest, it's the only comparison I can think of.
This your king? This your king? Oh, everyone's delusional. Everyone you think is delusional. Oh, come on. They can't beat us if we're strong. So, in your mind, what's best? What's best for the economy right now? Do you think Trump is doing some good in this economy? I'm asking. I'm literally asking sincerely. Do you think Trump is doing some good in the economy right now? At this very moment? Guess who's still your president? Not mine. He ain't mine. I didn't vote for that. I didn't vote for that son bitch. You must be talking about somebody in the chat, because I didn't vote for none of these son bitches. I didn't vote for Joe either. I did not vote for Joe. Where do I live? I live in Nevada. We're purple. We got that purple. We're drinking that purple lean.
Down.
Oops, wrong one. Hold up. Wrong one. Let me see.
Supporter.
Let's get with our y'all's favorite delusional person here. But I have to say, as a person who's just turning Democrat, he has certainly a lot to express. Let's look at the chat. See how y'all doing. How are you? Yeah, I live in the state of Nevada. Then yes, you're delusional. How is that delusional, me living in the state of Nevada? How is that delusional? If you don't think he's your president, he ain't my president. Fuck him. How's that? If he were still here, I would probably get arrested. See, people have this thing about them where they just want to throw things at people and say, like it or not, he's your president. Somebody done told this dude wrong. Somebody totally told this dude so. He's special. This dude's special. He's very, very special. Detroit now. Hey, I'm born and raised in Lansing, Michigan. And Detroit ain't getting no better. Detroit ain't getting no better. You don't have to like it. I don't like it, but he's still not my president. What my vote consists of is not what's the word? It does consist on bullshitism. I don't vote for bullshitters. I don't vote for liars. I don't vote for rapists. I don't vote for conceivers. I don't vote for none of that shit. I didn't vote for nobody. Understand, I didn't vote for Trump, and I damn sure didn't vote for Hillary. Not Hillary. I'm sorry, Kamala. I didn't vote for Kamala either. Yes, God. Yes, God is definitely my president. He all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, all wise. But when you concede to tell yourself that you are God, that's a problem. That's a problem in my book. And he can sugarcoat it however he wants to sugarcoat it. He can do whatever he wants. He can dress up this guy. He can tweet it up in AI to dress it up that he's God Almighty and defining God. He can do all he wants. But at the end of the day, he's going to have to answer to God himself. So just like you, just like me, just like you. It is what it is. And just like Nebuchadnezzar found out in his dream that you can rule for a day. You can rule, and for those who don't know who Nebuchadnezzar is, just look it up in your Bible. Look it up in the book of Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar, when he had that dream, he dreamt that, you can rule for a day. God will make you rule for a day, a season, a year. But when the time comes, and you never know when that time is going to come, with Trump, hope it's soon because midterms is coming up. Midterms is coming up. And I can't wait to push that button. Blue! Anyway. Vote for I don't think, you know what? I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth, my G. I don't think people want to vote God either. You know why? Because they're used to all this. They're used to the chaos. They're used to the lies. They're used to the deceitfulness. Trump is a liar. He's a deceitful person. It is what it is. For those Gen Xers, I'm a Gen Xer, baby boomers, we all know who Trump is. We know who Trump is. Just because you've seen him on a TV show, just because you've seen on a couple of TV shows, just because you see him here, there, that doesn't mean anything. He's been an attention seeker for many, many years now. He's 78, 79 years of age, and having complications, health complications. It's taking its toll on him. And for him to make fun of war heroes, for him to make fun of Joe Biden, who is apparently going through some things. I don't want to speculate what that is or what that was. For him to flip the middle finger at workers, for him going off on Twitter, which he shouldn't be on Twitter, he should be foot on the ground, making this economy better as a president. Oh, you're a boomer? Oh, yeah! Finally! But seriously, for you to be in Oval Office and to trick the American people and say, give me your gold, give me your wealth, and I will make this country better, and I will even triple your wealth 10 times over. And we still waiting a year later. Like, Trump, these bills got to be paid. What's up? Give it a minute. A year and a half later, Trump, we hungry. Food got to be on plate. We ain't got no groceries. So what's up? We'll give you a $2,000 stimulus package. Cool. Months. Hey, anybody get their 2,000 stimulus? Anybody get that? Nah. Hey, Fred, you didn't get your 2,000? Nah. Hey, Mike, you didn't get yours either? Maybe it's just a setback. A month later. Hey, damn, you ain't got to be hostile. I'm just asking. Okay. How about? Okay. All right, cool. Whatever. A month later. I'll get you. Fuck Trump. Yeah. I got you. What's the machete for? Dude, you ain't. Come on, what you gonna do? You gonna go all the way to Washington? Really? With a machete? Really? Mike gonna go all the way to Washington with a machete to do some strange things to Trump? Really? Like, really? If you don't sit your stupid ass down somewhere, there are millions of ways to get Donald Trump's attention. Like Japan, for example, with the whole taco thing. Could somebody put the whole taco thing up there once again? What does it stand for again? What's the taco thing stand for again? Trump always cowards out? Trump always cowards out? Can anybody put that? Can anybody put what does taco stand for? Why do you keep calling Trump taco?
There's almost something poetic about it. They impeached him. They sabotaged him. They tried to steal the election a bunch of times. They shot him. They charged him. They convicted him, raided his house, went after his family, went after his people, arrested his supporters, dragged his name through the mud, accused him of being a rapist. He overcame all of it. He won the election. Against all odds, he did everything and anything necessary to come out on top.
Well, we better get John
Connor then. What was the
then.
thing to do him in? Was it the grand conspiracy of the Democrats? Was it fate itself? Was it mortality? It was himself. He did himself in. He finished himself off over this. 2 weeks struggling and scrambling and dying and losing supporters left and right and doing deep, lasting damage to his legacy and his brand. And it's him. It's weird. You can't even look at him the same way. It's not the same person. I said this throughout the year during the election. I said the guy in 2016 that almost moved you to tears when he said, you know, to every child who dreams for their future, every parent who dreams for their child, I will fight for you, I will win for you, I am your voice, I will deliver a real victory. You know, you realize these are words that someone else wrote for him, that he read, that he thought sounded good. We kind of attached our hopes onto him. Maybe it was always like this, but it's just not the same anymore. The magic is gone. This is not the Trump from 16. Maybe the Trump from 16 wasn't even what existed in our imaginations. But it's like kind of a crushing, this 2 weeks has been crushing and brutal. Now, I hopped off the Trump train a year ago at least. I've been critical for many, many years. But last year is when I said, I'm out. I can't vote for it. But it's almost spiritually crushing because you are emotionally attached to it. He's been a part of my life for 10 years. Huge, instrumental in my life as a young, precocious political person. He means something to me. He means something to all of us. Love him, hate him. He stirs us because he is this monumental figure. And you see him now so diminished and so weak and so vulnerable and seemingly so hollow and empty. And it's like, it's kind of tragic. It's like a tragic fall from grace. It's like this tragic whimper. You know, you almost expected, how was the story going to end? Was Trump going to get his head blown off in Butler, Pennsylvania? Was he going to get thrown in jail? Was it going to be this climactic, dramatic? And instead, it's like, no, he's going to cover up for Epstein. He's just like the rest of them. And then he's going to show what a hollow, thin person he is, scrambling to cover it up and pivot for 2 weeks, lashing out at his base, making up nonsense, lying to our faces without even caring about it. And you see what's left. Cat Turd, Laura Loomer, and Mark Levin. Not like this, guys. Not like this, Trump, guys. And when all is said and done, at the end of the world, who's left? Cat Turd, Mark Levin, Jeffrey Epstein, Laura Loomer, Howard Lutnick. These pieces of shit, scumbag, sycophant, craven, opportunists, traitors to our country.
Yeah, okay, but
Damn. He may be an asshole, but he's just an asshole that's telling the truth. But honestly, I gotta be real with you guys. Do you think, Trump supporter or not, do you think that he is good for this economy? I still didn't get an answer yet. Like, share, subscribe. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Don't I bring good content? I'll try to do whatever I can, how I can, when I can, to deliver you guys great content. So come along, join the ride, hit that like, support the channel. You have a heavy South Detroit accent. I'm not from Detroit, but I am 45 minutes. I live 45 minutes away from Detroit. Born and raised in Lansing, Michigan. Yes, sir. And we won the Natty, as I said we would. So we won one in football in 2023. We won the Natty in basketball 2026. These are some good years. Some real good years, and we spending some good money. But anyway, Malcolm X was from Lansing too. He was from Oklahoma. Then he transferred over to Michigan. But yes, he does have I forgot what it was called. He has like a alma mater or some shit where I know where he lived. Because my cousin used to live over there where he lived. One of my family members. But I'm really asking, do you believe that he's doing some good in the economy? Be honest with yourselves. Stop on this, don't let your kick your pride to the door, man. Be honest. Do you think he's good for this economy? He keeps saying he's doing this. He keeps saying he's doing that. Time will tell. We've wasted too much time. We've wasted too much freaking time. And honestly, and I'm being honest, I can't tell you what Obama did, which was nothing, because I wasn't into politics then. I was a young lad voting for a person who I found out later on his true colors and his true intentions. It wasn't looking good. And then Trump comes along, and it's just terrible. And of course, the stimulus checks came along. I was happy when we got that what was it, 12? It started off with $600. Then it started with $1,400. Then $1,200. Then we got a fourth stimulus, and now we're just waiting on allegedly another stimulus. I said, where are you going to get the money from? Where are you going to get the emergency money from? For the tariffs? That's not going to happen. And he was actually going to use the tariffs to pay off the debt to America. That's not going to happen. We're talking in the trillions here. 60 plus trillion. Of course, everybody's in debt nowadays. You lose soft powers, now you just soft. Yeah, I would say something, but I'm going to keep it professional.
Come on, guys. Like, what else did we expect? Just take a look at Trump himself, and then we are surprised that he is surrounding himself with all these, by the way, it's the power. They're leading the of the crisis that Orca.
Asked about Epstein. Just say Obama. It's like, yeah, okay, dude. For the first time ever, even like a diehard Trump supporter has to kind of roll their eyes and go, yeah, okay, man, whatever. Sure, dude, you're just like the rest of them. How salient that is. Used to say that about Obama. When Obama would get up and lecture us about Trump this and that and lie to our faces, you'd say, fuck off, Obama.
Damn.
And now Trump goes up there and say, fuck off, Trump, you liar, bullshitting politician. Damn. Wasn't he supposed to be in the antithesis? And he gets up there and he say, you bullshitting politician, get out of my face, you lying traitor. It's sad. And it's not even personal. I mean, this is just what it is. I mean, of course it's personal for all of us, but it's just what it is. Like this.
If that was the case, we would have been drilling a long time ago. A long time ago. I don't want to hear about old drill, baby drill no more. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Until you get somebody in there who will say, fuck it, we're just going to drill away. We can actually make America richer, just drilling away. Businesses will probably come back to America. Duh. Hell, Canada might even, if you do some convincing, but Canada just might come back. Because we need Canada. Canada no more. We need Mexico. Mexico no more.
This is such a sad display. That clip, I just can't even. You look at him and what used to be charming is now insufferable. What you used to look on him when he does this jokey thing and you think that's so endearing and charming, tells it like it is, rough around the edges. He's a great comedian.
No.
Are you thinking this is not playing like you think it is? This is rough stuff, dude. Sad. It's a sad day. You're getting cooked, dude. You're getting cooked alive. And all the Trump supporters can say is, it's an unforced error. Whoever did this needs to be fired. They're fumbling so hard. It's not them, dude. It's him. Can't stump the Trump. He got stumped. Teflon Don, he got hit. This is rough. It's ugly. Not working. Sad. Sad. Very, very sad. I told you it was like this. No one listened. I saw this clip. The last thing I'll say, then we'll move on to Iran. I do want to touch on Iran tonight. Well, you know what? We're running out of time. I actually can't. We'll do it tomorrow. The last thing I'll say is this. I found a clip of my show, and I promise this isn't just, I guess it is a little self-indulgent, but I found this clip from my show last year where I said, okay, so now they're making Justice League edits of RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard and Vivek and Trump. I'm like, this content sucks. This isn't funny. It's not cool. It's not based. This whole thing is just terrible. And I said this a year ago. That's how I felt a year ago. I was looking at it and saying, Trump is not engaging. These rallies are not fun. They're not funny. They're not interesting. What's the appeal? He's not even that based anymore. He's like getting worse. He's old. He's slow. He's monotonous. He's repetitive. Like, this just sucks. And you can say, well, who cares? He's old and it is what it is. But it's like, no, everyone's pretending it's still magical. And now a year later, I feel like everybody kind of sees what I mean by that. Now everyone's like, wow, I guess I never. And it goes to show how powerful, people's penchant to persuade themselves really is. You know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of all hitting at the same time. Iran, amnesty, Epstein, you name it. And people are like, whoa, Trump does look kind of pathetic. But he looked pathetic a year ago. But people have such an ability to trick themselves. People have such an ability through groupthink because of, everyone's on board and we're kind of being told what to think about it. And people think that's what they think about it, but they don't. They're being told to think a certain way. People have such a power for self-deception. It is such a challenge to remain objective. And to be objective, you have to be willing to displease everybody. You have to be an asshole. You don't want to be the guy that isn't saluting him. You don't want to be the guy that's got his arms folded, that's not cheering in the grandstand. You know what I'm saying? Like a year ago, nobody was at this, but they said to themselves, no, it's good. It's pretty good stuff. Because there was just this powerful self-delusion. And I was the dick who was like, no, this is crap. This is
all right. This person in the chat, stop it. This person in the chat raised an interesting question. What's more important, the children or higher taxes? Both. Here's why. The more you raise children, the more when they grow up, I said that all wrong. Shame on me. Children in this economy, and I need to look this up myself, but I'm just going to guess on the fly, is going to help this America grow to what it should be. Not where it used to be, because where it used to be, all that shit is gone. Ain't no more 50 cents here, $1 there. No, all that stuff is gone. You know how like grandma cookies used to be? Grandma cookies used to be 50 cents a pack for 2 cookies, right? After months, it started being $1. Then $1.25, $1.05, then $1.25, then $1.50. Now they're $2.09 a pack. Those days of the whole 50 cent thing, unless you go to, it ain't no dollar stores anymore. I was going to a actual Dollar General that closed down, and I was going to see how much they wanted for that building. And I was gonna possibly, depending on how big it is and how much they want for it. It's a lot of money. Dollar Generals are slowly dissipating. Heed my words. All your good stores, all your great stores that I would literally just walk in the middle of the night, right? Just walk there and just chill there for a moment. Like your GameStops, they're gone. You'll catch one GameStop here, one GameStop there. Everything is digital now. I'm anticipating that all your Wendy's are going to be gone. As far as your restaurants, your Wendy's are going to be gone soon. Hot Now used to be the shit, is no longer there anymore. You remember when we used to have videos to go, your video stores? They've been gone. Your red boxes gone. I don't even see red boxes anymore. Point of it is that this market is at a standstill. Goodbye, yesteryears. Hello, good AI. And I come to terms with it. I come to terms that AI is king. I can't run from it anymore. I hate it. I hate each and every time I see a damn cyber car. I hate it. I totally hate it. I don't even want to ride in one. I hate the noise coming from that fucking car. It drives me up the fucking wall hearing. It drives me up the wall hearing that car. The Asians drive that car all day, every day. I hate hearing it. Every time I post it, I always hear. Where's Michael? Where's Michael Wilson when you need him?
Not funny.
That's all you hear. Cyber trucks are worse. No sound. You remember when it wasn't funny? Don't get me wrong. It wasn't funny. But the part where the car blew up, it was funny to me. No one got hurt that day. Remember when there was reportedly some dude driving from, I think it was Kentucky or somewhere, drove all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada, parked right in front of Trump Towers. Parked right in front of Trump Towers, and that cyber truck blew up. Y'all remember that? No one got hurt. A couple people got injured, but no one got hurt. No one seriously, severely got hurt. It's just a bunch of glass breaking. Thank God, But I was so glad to see that Cybertruck blow up. And the reason why it blew up in the first place is because apparently he had some gasoline in the back. And was it a bomb or was it not? No, he had gas. The guy had gasoline in the back, and I guess it just leaked out or some shit, and boom. I just hate it. I freaking hate it. And they say, well, these cyber cars are fast. They're fast, but they also stall. If you park in a, I don't know how it goes. I don't know how it goes. You just got to read the instructions on there. You really do. And you go to let's just say you go to Taco Bell now. It ain't what it used to be. We don't get any reaction to customer service anymore unless we're getting delivered our food. We don't see cashiers anymore. We see AI boards. Order your food from the AI board and we'll deliver it right to you. Pretty soon, they might be replacing the crew members with AI robots. Just like what's happening in overseas right now. I hate it. Excuse me. I fucking hate it. I want customer service. I want good quality customer service. You say AI is evil. AI is what you make of it. You can use it to help, and it can also hurt. So it's like a in-between thing. So it is what you make of it. You don't let it control you. You control it. And if it makes you rich, then by all means, instead of waiting on the market to do it for you, the AI can definitely do it for you. And if it makes you rich, it makes you rich. I'm just saying, when is when? And now the police are using cyber cars now. It's terrible. It is terrible. They're using the damn cyber trucks. It's bad enough you got undercover cars. It's bad enough you got Ferraris as police cars. Lamborghinis as police cars. This is one of those just in case things. Now they got Cybertruck police cars. Instead of having helicopters, you're gonna have possibly what you call them, hover planes, AI hover planes. It's terrible, fucking terrible. And it started, I would say, with all this started with the Joe Biden regime. I would have to say that. Because you're going to have people coming into the States with AI equipment on, with LED lights all over themselves. I forgot what this group was called, but they're like butt naked. They don't even have no clothes on. They just have like a little clothing here and a little clothing. I forgot what that group was, but they're here every single summer. Every single summer you see these some bitches. It's like, where the fuck are your clothes? And it's not just women are doing it, it's men too. You see, I don't even want to talk about it, but that's just terrible. But men do it, women do it, and they go out to here in the state of Nevada, and they go out and they party and have a good time. I forgot what the freak that group was, but it's terrible. Our education system, Why do you think Trump wanted to bring in immigrants from Asian immigrants over here in the first place? To improve your AI, to make it like 100% better than it is right now. Is that America? Is that America first? I wonder. Is that America first? I guess. That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to tell him is like, who the fuck you think you talking to? I'm the one making money over here, bitch. Matter of fact, you're a traitor. Get the fuck out. This is what he said. He's like, you dare call me a traitor? And then she wanted some sympathy. No, you don't get no sympathy. You was up there kissing his ass. I just hope they improve on it so we can figure out, get it on and get it over with. Everything sucks. Everyone wants to go back, but we go back to what? There is no going back. The only way to go back to the way that we were is the whole economy collapses. That's the only way to do it. And we start over. But then we'll be in such a dilemma, it's not even funny. People will lose jobs. People are going to move. America will cease to exist if that ever happens. Because the money's dried up. The money's gone. Where are you going to get the money from to approve in all of America's? New York, Chicago, Detroit, Miami, Florida, LA. Where are you going to get the money from? Washington, where are you going to get the money from? Texas, where are you going to get the money from? Alabama, where are you going to get the money from? Arkansas, where are you going to get the money from? It's just gonna die. If we plan on going back, it's bad enough that they're spending money on this stupid ass war that no one gives a shit about anymore. No one gives a shit about this war anymore. It's like, what you over there for? If you said you're going to do something, then fucking do it. He ain't even done it yet. Each time he goes like this, it's like, wait a minute, it's time for negotiations. And then you fail the first time because you keep threatening them. You keep threatening them with rockets and the boom boom, which is the N word, which I can't really say online, which you already know what I'm talking about. Everybody got a boom boom nowadays. So if he presses that button, we're done. We're cooked. We are cooked. Barbecue with no.
Staying alive edits are not funny. They will never be funny. None of this shit is funny, and it's not based.
Yeah, that's right. Like, it's not funny at all. It's actually very, very sick because in these people. But what does that think about some
local control? That's a word. That's a true cult-like effect. But anyway, I do want to move on. We're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say about it. I apologize, but we're like an hour and change into the show. That was my advice. No, I'm not invited. I don't need to be hazed. I deal with negativity all the time. Why would I tolerate that on my show? I love when people say, like, I need to give Nick a little tough love. It's like, do I get a shortage of that? Like, all people do is make shit up about me and attack me on the basis of only everything to do that. Anything right. You must do it decisively, intentionally, boldly. You must be confident in what you do. And ironically, I think that confidence.
Yeah, he's on some other shit. So we definitely moving on from that. But you say, I feel the same way you're going, that I feel the same way you go. That's cool. Listen, I can go on here and I can be honest with you and I can say, I want the best for our people. But clearly, I want the best for y'all too. But you can't be this damn delusional. You have to tell the truth. If you look around you, ask yourself, look at the prices. Look at the price of eggs. Look at the price of milk. Look at the price of cheese. Look at the price of bread. Ask yourself, there used to be a time where we could grab grab 2 loaves of bread because we got kids. We got family. We got kids. We got the wife or the girlfriend thing going on. And we used to get not 1 loaf of bread, but 2 loaves of bread. We used to grab some cheese, packets of cheese used to be $1 something. I forget, like $1.75. Now it's like $2, $3 for 1 pack of fucking cheese. Like, that's crazy. This is crazy. And the peanuts. How many of y'all like cashews? Cashews, I love cashews. $5 for this little small fucking thing of cashews? $5. And I go through that. Wham! I just wasted $5. I just wasted fucking $5 for a small can of cashews. Try Costco's. Fuck Costco's. No, I'm just playing. Costco's ain't no different from Sam's Club. I just, hey, well, hey, birthday girl. Everybody say happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Lisa Carter. Say happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday, Lisa Carter. Please help. Help what? But no, Sam Clubs is, like I said, it's no fucking different from me. But I wonder what their gas price. If their gas price is the same, it's like, yeah, pick and choose. But we'll go off my mother-in-law's account. I do want to get the crab leg though. I do want to get them goddamn crab legs. And everything comes in bulks. Now, the only thing is I got to get my own shit and pack it up. And just pack it up and pack it up and pack it up. And I hate that. But luckily we got a house, so we just go in there, like, put everything in the refrigerator. Boom, we good. We used to live in an apartment where we had to go flights upstairs. I used to go flights up the steps. No more. But Sam Clubs is good. But you're still going to have to come out of pocket for that. You're still going to have to come out of pocket for everything. And it's no different. But yet, like, everything was settled then. Everything was good then. It's not good now. It is not good now. For example, here on the strip, I was supposed to be at work tonight, but I got a bad back. I'll put the heating pad on there and just let it work and let it simmer. Because I had a strain. I had a real bad strain. And when you have bad strain, and that's another thing, they are giving you they're giving you pension pennies. In other words, they are not giving you enough money for what you are worth. The minimum wage should be $20 an hour. I said should be $20 an hour. Depending on where you work, depending on where you live. It should be. But because of the capacity, understand, and mind you, because of the capacity, take Advil, 800 milligrams, already down my throat. But the milligram, the capacity for this is that's why I'm moving around to keep it loose. Because once you stand still, it sucks. Standing still, it fucking sucks. The capacity has went down from being 80% to 40%. Right now, ain't nobody on the damn strip. Trust me, I can tell. You can get people you can get certain visitors, and right around 2-3 o'clock in the morning, ain't nothing happening after that. Even the homes out there, well, let me just say street workers out there are starting to get frustrated. Street workers are starting to get frustrated. What do you mean by street workers? I don't want to call prostitutes. I call prostitutes street workers. Even street workers are getting frustrated, and the pimps are getting frustrated too. That's how bad this economy is. That's how bad it is. Remember how it used to be $5 to play blackjack? No more. It's $15, $20, $25. Well, that's for the big rollers. Ladies of the night. That could be anybody. You come up in there like, hey, and do the Crocodile Dundee test. Oh, that's a guy. That was a guy. But no, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be the way it used to be. It's not. You can forget all that. What Taco Bell late night snack. You can forget it. And speaking of late night snacks, can anybody send me like $5? Seriously, in the chat, can anybody cash at me? Put I got the cash app. Can anybody cash me $5 real quick so I can go to Taco Bell and get me a burrito or something? Because I am hungry. I am fucking hungry. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Yes, double tap this. I don't know what that means. Double tap the screen. I don't know what that fucking means. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Going to Taco Bell, late night snack, it ain't the same. The dollar menu, gone. The only thing that has anybody been to McDonald's lately? Has anybody been to McDonald's? I haven't. I'm not a McDonald's person. Last time I went to McDonald's, all I got was their fries. That's all I got. Does anybody know if McDonald's is like cheap. Like, what's the cheapest thing on their menu? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been to McDonald's in years. No. Too poor to go to McDonald's. Too poor to go to McDonald's. She said, "Don't eat there." No. So what's McDouble? Well, so what? So seriously, what's McDonald's like though? How is there? I don't eat they burgers. I don't eat they burgers in McDonald's. If I were to eat anything at McDonald's, it would be the fish sandwich. The fish sandwich that has I take the mayonnaise away and add mustard to it, and that has lettuce. There's spicy chicken. There's spicy chicken. Is this spicy chicken still like full? I don't know how much this spicy chicken is. How y'all get chicken nuggets over there? What's their chicken nuggets like? I don't eat none of that crap over there. The fries are so skinny. The fries are so skinny, you're not going to like it. Ew. It used to be when I went to Taco Bell, their medium cups were medium cups. Now their medium cups are small. Get it? And you're paying $2-3 for the cup. For the cup. At least when you go to McDonald's, a medium cup is a medium fucking cup. That's how, again, the economy sucks. Little Caesars is, whatever. Little Caesars is mid. Little Caesars is the savior of going to any other restaurant if we're lazy and we don't want to go out to eat. We'll just get a Little Caesars. A Little Caesars is $6. It used to be $5. Now it's $6. See what I mean? That's my whole point. I gotta go to sleep. Bless you. Thank you for coming by, my man. Thank you for coming by. Like I said, hit that like, hit that share, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Yeah, I do appreciate it. But since the people just now coming in here, we covered earlier ago how Trump is losing his damn mind, of course, and how Obama is always in his mouth. But now that Obama is supporting by telling people in Virginia to, well, I'll replay the damn thing.
They were arrested for peace.
Oh yeah, and he's arresting protesters who served in the military. Mind you that he's arresting protesters who served in the fucking military. Shame on him. And he's complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. All right.
They want to have men and women sports. They want to have a transgender mutilization of your children for everybody. It's a mutilization of your children. They want to have every single thing that you don't want.
And then he continues to, again, cry and complain about how terrified he is of a redistricting referendum passing in Virginia to change the Constitution. Play this clip.
What's going to happen if we lose these these elections, you know, the House and
support to the UK. Support to the UK.
It's going to be a disaster. If they do this, they're guaranteed to pick up a lot of seats. And everybody knows it's unjust, including.
So then you have former President Obama cutting ads. And this is former President Obama's push. He says, Virginia, if you haven't done it already, make a plan to vote yes on the redistricting referendum. You can vote early by April 18th, and then election day is April 1st, today. Find your polling place at iwillvote.com/Virginia. Here, play this clip.
Hey, Virginia. Early voting is underway, and Virginians are turning out in record numbers to vote yes. By voting yes, you have a chance to do something important, not just for the Commonwealth, but for our entire country. By voting yes, you can push back against the Republicans trying to give themselves an unfair advantage in the midterms. By voting yes, you can take a temporary step to level the playing field. And we're counting on you. Early voting is happening right now. Election day is on April 21st. So go to iwillvote.com/VA to find your closest polling location. Make a plan, show up, and vote yes.
And by the way, leading to today's vote, Obama was with Mayor Mamdani in New York, and he was just hanging out with kids, just demonstrating.
That's basically what that was. That was just basically what that was. And then here comes Trump all of a sudden whining and crying and gulping and moping. And of course, the infamous meme coming from Trump, Barack Hussein
and what leadership looks like. I'll show you a clip that I didn't show over this past weekend. Here, play this clip.
Hi, guys. How's it going, everybody? Good.
My name's
New data shows that
Why did it skip?
continue to see political media posts attacking Obama yesterday, because for Trump, it's like, Obama's trying to get me impeached. Obama's ending my term. So Donald Trump posted, the deal that we are making with Iran will be far better than the JCPOA, commonly referred to as the Iran nuclear deal, penned by Barack Hussein Obama and Sleepy Joe Biden, one of the worst deals ever made having to do with the security of our country. They gave $1.7 billion in green cash loading in Boeing 757s. I mean, it's not true, number one.
Okay. You always refer back. What are we doing in Iran? That is a very good question. That is a very awesome question. What are we doing in Iran? Nothing but making noise. Open up the fucking strays of our moves, you stupid son of a bitches. This is Trump's words, not mine. Open up the fucking strays of our moves, you stupid son of a bitches, or hell's going to happen for you. All praise be to Allah. Those are his words, not mine. I did not make up those words. He made up those words in his tweet. Go to his, social media. It's True Social. Go to his True Social. The troops are getting killed. Not now because it's a ceasefire. Allegedly. It's always a goddamn ceasefire with him. I mean, what happened to all the shit that you was doing weeks ago? You was putting foot to ass weeks ago, but all of a sudden you want to start bombing people? Like, what we doing? No, let's negotiate. Now they're not scared of you anymore because you're weak in your position. And by weakening your position, you are clearly letting them know that we don't care what you do anymore. We got the money. Because guess what? You're giving us money. You're giving us the money that we need to basically, you're giving us our reparations. Could be very bad. Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. But you know what's so funny? The people, the generals that is serving Trump right now is not letting him in the war room. They're not letting him in because he has temper tantrums. He's a 78, 79-year-old man who can't even hold his wad. He has to have other people hold his wad for him. Which I could have told you years and years ago. Watch him. Watch him and study him. I don't know how he got into politics. I don't know how he let himself be in this position. Of course, money is going to do it for you, but who in their right mind put him in this position in the first place? I would like to know. If I find out who put him in this position, I guarantee you I'm going to jail. I am going to jail. Look, you put Trump in this. You put Trump in office. You helped put Trump in office, right? Right? Wow. Bam! But anyway, he's cussing out 4-star generals. He's cussing out 4. I don't know how far the ranking goes. 4 or 5-star generals. I don't know, but he's going on his temper tantrums, trying to tell him what to do, and they will not let him be in that room. They will not let him be in that room. As a matter of fact, he's not allowed to touch the button. If you know what button I'm talking about, I'm just rehashing out what I had said earlier. If they let him press that button, we're done. We're cooked. You got generals resigning. You got Department of Treasury. I think it was Department of Treasury. I don't know. You got
control of the House of Representatives means
remember you moving.
Donald Trump is.
Do not move unless I tell you to. He's cussing out people online. He's getting with, why are you online? Obama wouldn't be online this much. Obama will be at least I can say this for Obama. Obama will be out there pleasing the people and pleasing this economy. That's what I will say about him. But the rest of it, he's not doing anything but sending billions and billions of dollars a day to, once again, using the blockade to cover up the whatever else they had built over there. They had something else built on. They had a line through the Amuz that they can port ships under, just in case something like that happens. Obama's like, we're going to plug that up too. With that, you are going to have these people retaliate. No, it's not worth the price of admission. Let me go to the comments. Meanwhile, we are arguing amongst ourselves. The enemy is not abrogating. It's at the negotiations at the table. Don't argue with me about that. Argue with him. He's wasting precious time, and on top of that, he's sending his little dog whistle. over there compete. Why don't you go over there since you started this war? Why don't you go over there? For somebody who doesn't like politics, it's all you are talking about, sir. Understandable. But this affects me too, whether I talk about it or I don't talk about it. I'm tired of talking about how black men and black women can't get along with each other. Those talks are out. As a matter of fact, if you were to ask me any other stupid ass question regarding that particular topic, I would have told you both to sit down and take a nap, because these talks are stale. These talks, if you can't figure out now what to do in a world like this, then I'm sorry. I ain't got nothing else for you. Maybe you should have followed. Maybe you should follow Louis Farrakhan. I don't know. Maybe you should follow Louis Farrakhan before he kicks the bucket. And I have much love for Louis Farrakhan. I don't agree with everything, but maybe you should follow him. Maybe you should follow his rules. Maybe you should follow his steps. Maybe you should follow his guy. Maybe you should. I don't know. I have no idea, no clue, and I don't care anymore. Those talks are gone. Black women are unruly. Okay, put yourself in a position for them to not be unruly. They ain't gonna listen to us. Have you listened to yourself? Have you looked in the mirror and looked at yourself? Have you looked in the mirror and absolutely said to yourself, well, maybe it's me. If I can't get her to participate in my ruling, which no black man rules under his house when it comes to a woman. Black man rules under his house when it comes to family. When you're not in charge, she's in charge. Both of you are supposed to be in charge with your children, because your children are what? Dependent on you two. They get jobs. They get jobs. They think they're so independent. No, they're not. They're getting tired of you talking, and it's not just it's a part of it. They're getting tired of you talking, and they're getting ruled over. White supremacy always moves the goalpost. It's a little bit of both, but you're making it worse. You're making this part worse, and you're not addressing this part. So I'm done. I'm done with it. I'd rather talk about something that's worth talking about. And apparently, if it's not talked about, well, guess what? We're doomed. We're screwed. We're screwed with the next generation who's coming up and they say, well, what are we supposed to do? Well, you can be a doctor, a lawyer, a city councilman, a congressman, a congresswoman. You can be a part of the Senate. You can be a mayor. You can be a fucking governor. You can be anywhere, and you can be anything in the world you want to be. And this is to our young children. This is to our young children, our young adults that are coming up in the ranks, who are apparently going to be confused by all this thing that Trump is doing right now. Like, where's the money going? So you take away HBCU money. You're fucking around with SNAP benefits. I'll get with that later. You're fucking around with SNAP benefits. You're taking away from SNAP benefits. You get rid of your secretaries in your own party. You start firing folks. You're doing a whole bunch of shit to please your Iranian buddies because your Iranian buddies can't fight this war on their own, and you wondering why your allies, your NATO allies, are giving you the middle finger. You didn't ask for help. You expected them. Mind you, you expected them to help you. Am I right, Lisa? Am I right? Lisa's the expert. You clearly wanted them to help you. You expected them. And because they didn't come to you when they knew that they were supposed to, you said, we don't need no help. First is, we don't need no help. Then it's, I need some help. Then it's like, we don't really need help, really. Then it's like, oh, they're afraid. Whatever. First, we're gonna boom the N-word. We're gonna boom Iran, and then it's like, oh no, we're gonna negotiate. We're doing well in the economy. We're doing well in the stock market. We're doing well in the negotiation talks. I can play the clip all day, every day of what the Israeli people were saying all day, every day in their own native tongue, but you probably wouldn't get it. They are laughing at him. And they are saying, well, you did this much damage. You didn't finish this off. So, and then, of course, you're meddling in Russia's business and in China's business, which clearly, mind you, these two don't like each other at all. But apparently, they're going to set aside their differences to get with your punk ass. So therefore, I ain't going to have nothing to say if they snatch you up. If they are former cools and snatch your bitch ass up, I ain't saying nothing. I'm going to go like this. What? What, Trump's gone? He's gone? Oh, damn, I didn't know. What we're going to do? Nothing. What are they going to do? Honestly, if Trump gets snatched, which likely is not going to happen, but let's just say he does get snatched up. All he's going to do is just let him perish. He's 79 years old. What's another, what? 90, if he reaches 90, you might not see him again. So you mean to tell me that America is going to waste money, power, and resources getting him away from Iran? They'll probably negotiate with him and say, if you want him back, you can have him back. Just keep him away from us. They will still carry his nuts. What the hell with you and nuts? God bless you, Ty. I can't do this with you, Ty. I can't do this with you. Oh God. Okay, I can't do this with you, Tanya. I can't. Oh, I can't. I can't do this with you right now. I'm trying to be serious. Oh my God. Okay. All right, where were we?
Losing it as former President Barack Obama is ready to end early smoking gun docs, proving that Obama and his underlings committed treason and sedition, meaning Trump was right about everything. The news is fake and the deep state is real. Can you believe this is what the guy's posting? And meanwhile, former President Obama just nails it. So while Donald
paragraph. The reality is when President Obama left, because of the great efforts of people like Valerie Jarrett, we had 97% of the enriched uranium out.
Already fixed inflation large. I mean, as soon as we get them to no nuclear weapons in Iran, which is going to happen, I think, very quickly, actually. We've just decimated them. But as soon as we get that, you're going to see prices drop. You're going to see energy come down like you've never seen it before. All these things are going to happen. But I got rid of, you go right before, and even now, you go right before the fact that I had to make that little journey. After having the best economy in history, I said, well, we're going to have to take a little journey down to Iran. I know you're in favor of what we're doing. I think, yes, frankly, everyone is. They don't talk about it. But you can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. You want to see a stock market get hit. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And they'll use it here. They'll take out the Middle East. They'll knock out Israel in the Middle East. And they'll come to Europe and they'll come here because they are, let's say, ill, very ill. And we can't let that happen. So we're doing great. And I think we've already won militarily. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. They have no leaders. They have no anti-aircraft mechanisms and machinery. It's all gone. It's all gone. But they have no leaders, and you see what's going on. So we now are controlling the strait. We're not letting them get any. They're losing $500 million a day by us blocking the blockade, blocking the strait, the Hormuz Strait. And a lot of good things are happening. But so we cut taxes more than anybody in history, and they want to raise them. The economy hit an all-time high, the Dow. And frankly, it's very close to it right now. With all of this, it's actually very close to it right now. But it hit the all-time highest ever. S&P is 7,000. And think of that. They thought you couldn't do that in 4 years. And the Dow is over 50,000. They said it can't be done over 4 years. It'll never be done. All of that's going to be destroyed. Your 401ks are going to go down. All of that, the great things that we did now on a national basis, it's going to be destroyed. And Virginia's going to be one of the biggest losers. We brought in tremendous business and jobs for Virginia, and now she got lucky, frankly, and she takes advantage of that. But Glenn and myself, we brought all those jobs into Virginia, and now they're going to, frankly, there are companies now are trying to get out of their deal because they don't want to move to Virginia because of her. So when you see it all happening like this, you just have to vote no. It has to vote no. You can't let this happen in the ballot referendum.
Mr. President, if we can get your base out tomorrow, this is now a base election. We're going to turn the corner and win this by people voting no, and it's going to get defeated, which is going to change the entire narrative for the midterm.
And more of Donald Trump whining about Iran. Play this clip.
So we're going to bring it back just to what we want. And our country is going to be greater than ever before. And basically, it's MAGA. MAGA.
Oh, Lord. Now Trump has it. Well, he's supposed to because every president has to do this. Congratulating. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just not caught up to this. Wait a minute. Is it where when Obama was in office and the Miami Heat won the NBA championship that one year, they all came to the White House? Why isn't anybody from Michigan? I don't see anybody from Michigan.
They'll treat you better than they treat me. Very incredible place. I pinch myself every time I walk through the White House. I say, this place is really something. And it's a great honor to have you because you're very amazing people. Among those joining us this afternoon are the 2025 Division I men's golf champions. Why don't you stand up when I introduce you? For a second, you got all the fake news back there. So, they'll treat you better than they treat me. They're going to treat you better than they treat me. And that's Oklahoma State Cowboys. And I just said that I won Oklahoma 77 out of 77 counties. Second was Ronald Reagan, so I'm very proud of that. It's somehow they like me in Oklahoma. I don't know what that is. Sit down, Coach. Great job. The incredible team showcased consistency, grit, and precision all season long. Led the Texas Wiz Kendall. I got to know him toward the end. Thank you very much. Congratulations for being here at the White House. Thank you.
They didn't even show up. That's sad. That's sad. Oh my goodness. I did not see not one player there. Not one. Everybody else was there. Nobody gives a damn about fucking hockey. What the fuck? Nobody cares a damn about fucking hockey. This is how terrible. This is terrible. But yet we still have Trump supporters, which is quite crazy to me. I call y'all hoarders. Y'all Trump supporters are hoarders, man. We can have evidence lined up in a row. He's a sexist. He's a con artist. He's this. He's that. We can have all the proof in the world, and y'all still will make excuses for him. Still will make excuses for him. I just don't understand it. You know what a hoarder is, right? A hoarder is somebody, again, who just collects stuff, keeps it, and doesn't do anything with it, just keeps it. And all of a sudden it just becomes a big clump pile, and they don't even get rid of stuff. How many migrants am I housing? I'm a migrant myself. You know we were immigrants when we first came to the Americas. You do know that, right? But apparently you have a particular problem with it because you probably are white yourself, and not everybody white understands our pain and suffering, but it is what it is. This is crazy work. This is fucking crazy. Speak some African. You want me to speak Swahili? You want me to speak Ebo or Hoodoo? You want to speak Igbo? What do you want me to speak? Can you speak German? Can you speak German? Can you speak French? Oui, bonjour. What's the purpose of your question, sir? I think people have been spoiled rotten by racism. I think people have been spoiled hell of rotten by racism, especially in this generation that don't know shit about racism. It's true. It's true amality. It's true form of racism. Yeah, you've been spoiled to know that there is no racism when rather you're still forming racism by producing racism. Trump is showing you just exactly what racism is all about. MAGA is showing you what racism is all about. But let me not tell you that. Governor supports J.D. Vance's mental down with I ought to kick you for that. Let's kick you. Oh, I ought to give you a medal. I ought to give you $1 for that one. I mean, he just struts in. We're gonna make a deal. We're gonna make a deal. We're gonna make it. Damn, I went over my time. We're gonna make a deal. Soon as he gets there, we ain't make no deal. I'm telling Trump. How many of you want him as president? 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 How many of y'all want J.D. Vance as president? The same man who told the Pope, paraphrasing, kick rocks. This is not your lane. Stick with the godly principles in the Bible. This is the same J.D. Vance. Speaking of J.D. Vance, J.D. Vance on what? No, I don't want J.D. Vance on Alex Peretti. Nah. Because what he said about J.D. Vance was unnecessary. What he said about J.D. Vance was unnecessary. Is he still yeah, wait. You put the I in there now? What does the I stand for? I thought it was an O, not an I. I want J.D. Vance in Rubio. E.A. Rubio? Why? I'm curious. Why? Luke, tell me why you want Rubio to run or help be the vice president. Why? JD is through. Well, he's more than through. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. He just looks weak to me. That's all I can say about him. He just looks weak. There's no saving him. There's Marco Rubio. Why? Dude, I'm still waiting. Why? Why do you choose to live in such horrible country? I'm in America. Let me give you a little piece of advice. Subline 2201. Know what country people are from. If you want to ask the question, ask the question. I was born and raised in America, but I don't have the same America ideology as everybody, which is called freedom, is being free from everybody else. We don't have to have the same ideology or the same truth. We don't have to be like robots. Not everybody is from where you're from. Wouldn't you be happy? Wait, what Why are you shadow my comments is very you shadow my comments is very important points. When did I seen earlier? Because they are America first and they are good men. You believe that Marco Rubio is good for America? Seriously? Lisa, is he right? Do you think Marco Rubio is good for the? Again, I'm not at the head of the curve. I'm kind of behind. I'm still on Gavin Newsom right now. So you tell me if Marco Rubio is good for the country, and you had to give a reason why. I'm in Long Beach, California, 1973. And you got the nerve to call this place shitty when your air is still polluted to this very day. Your government is still sucking up that you still gotta pay parking. You still gotta pay parking when you're on the fucking sidewalk. That's bad. Fix the shit in Compton, my G. Fix the shit in Compton. Fix the shit in Long Beach. Fix all that shit. If you feel that Marco Rubio he is just as bad as JD Vance, if that's the case, you got to start fresh. Start fresh. Because you're losing. The Republican Party is losing. I'm gonna treat y'all, and then I gotta go. I'm gonna treat y'all to this because I feel that you guys need this more than I do. Where is he? Where is Manny Lucas at? Let me see. Where? Afro Man for president? Yeah, you clowning. Afro Man for president. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Support the channel through either through Cash App or through Super Chat. No, I don't care for tap dancing Negroes. Do not care for tap dancing Negroes. No, I went too far. Oh, here we go.
This doesn't feel like winning. That's what it seems like. It seems like for him to get his stamp of approval, he needs to be a wartime president. That's what it I know it sounds crazy, but knowing Trump and his narcissism, that would seal him in the books of the greats. Hey, I was a wartime president. I led the country through wartime into peace and yada, yada. Because I've noticed that his administration has nothing to do with the American people. His administration is about enriching himself and inflating his ego bigger than it already is. And that's at the cost of American lives. That's at the cost of allies. That's at the cost of, stability for the world economy. That's what it feels like. Because to give a simple recap, the Strait of Hormuz was blocked. I didn't think they were going to do it this early. They blocked it. Saudi Arabia was like, don't worry, we got a pipeline. And then Trump was like, oh yeah? Well, we're going to double block the Strait of Hormuz, all right? There, because Iran was like, no, always go through. Either it's closed for everybody or it's open for everybody. That then leads to them talking about, okay, let's have a peace deal. deal. There's $20 billion on the on the table. Trump was talking about unfreezing $20 billion in exchange for uranium. So we, not going to make any not going to make any nukes or anything like that. And it seemed Iran was like, all right, bet, open up the strait. I remember it was breaking news. Strait of Hormuz is open, and then they close it just like that. And I'm like, okay, why they close the strait? So allegedly, the whole point of them opening the strait was that the U.S. vessels, right, U.S. ships would leave, right? That they would stop blocking it. But Trump is like, nah, we're not going to do that. And then I don't know what this doesn't feel like, right? Because if they open the strait and you don't move your ships, you still blocking the strait. So like that's escalation. And then to add on top of that, insult to injury, they then seize an Iranian ship. Now, fam, if the goal is to avoid any type of World War conflict, seizing the ships, and of course Iran is like, hey, we're going to have retaliation. There will be a retaliatory action that happens, and they're now saying that during this time when the strait was closed, that they were planning. They were planning. It was like, hey, we're bringing new things to battlefields or something like that. And I'm just like, bruh, it feels like this has slowly started to escalate. And during this escalation, there have been people who've been made wealthy. They making money off of this escalation. That's what I like, that this whole teetering on World War peace, it's all based off of money. That this mofo is trying to cash out. And he's trying to cash out at the cost of the American people, at the cost of the economy, at the cost of gas prices, which he believes is not really high.
Prices. How much longer will Americans continue to see these high gas prices?
Well, they're not very high. If you look at what they were supposed to be in order to get rid of a nuclear weapon, with the danger that entails. So the gas prices have come down very much over the last 3-4 days. I know, and that's what ABC says. But the fact is that if you look at the stock market's up, everything's doing really well.
What? He really does not care about anything.
Just a little something for y'all. And he is right. He does not care about anything. Let me see here. He doesn't care about the economy. He doesn't give a shit about the economy. Get the hell off of me. Can't you see? Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. I gotta plug this up real quick before I lose battery. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. But he is right. He is dead center on the money. Because this is all about money. This is all about resources. Blah, 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 blah. And it's not just him that's getting money and resources. It's the Iranians. It's Israel, excuse me. It's Israel that is getting money and resources out of everything. That's America. You sold out. You sold out to Israel. You sold out. Now I don't know if you the real Jew, if the Khazars are the real Jews or whatever, whatnot. I don't know, and I don't care. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But apparently, this is what America does. You lie and you cheat and you steal, but you proclaim to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And we're talking about America right here. You stole from the Iranians, we're going to give them weapons on a peace treaty. But then you're going to take the money and run. And you call certain people grifters? America's the biggest grift. That's why you ain't drilled oil in decades. And the American people are waking up and realizing, why have they not drilled any oil here? The yes post passed. Great news. Great news. So you know what that means. Bye-bye, Trump. Bye. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. Oh, man. Support the channel. Support the channel. Could you support the coffee fund? Could you please support the coffee fund? Please support the coffee fund. Please support the coffee fund. Go in the Cash App. Use the Cash App for the Super Chat. I want to see how well this holds up to just a sidebar. Apparently they were, I don't know if it was AI or what, but they were coming after people who were monetized. I'm just glad I'm back to this position. I'm just glad it's back to this position, even though it's slow. Even though it is slow, we still gonna bounce back. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with moi.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care about the people who want to say, you know what, I made a mistake. I voted for Trump. I shouldn't have voted for him. I feel bad. I don't want to hear those people, bro. What I want those people to do, I want y'all to be cannon fodder. That's what I want y'all to do. I want you to be strapped to the nuke that they shoot off, okay? To the rockets that they shoot off. That's what I want you to do. That's how you make your atonement for your horrible choice. Because everyone, including myself, was screaming, listen, this is not the same person that was in office in 2016. And we saw how 2016 went. Him causing January 6th, talking about, hey, they stole the election, all this. Bruh, he was moving very differently during the last election, during the last campaign. And people could not, for some reason, I think there's a mixture of a lot of stuff going on there, but they still voted for this man, knowing that he's a bold-faced liar. He violated the First Amendment in his term via executive orders on behalf of Israel. He violated the Second Amendment, right, with Pam Bondi talking about how about we take the guns and then give them due process. Everything that the Republicans stood for, he spat in their face, and they voted for him again.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Now in this term, he's like, well, you guys are suckers. So I'm going to treat y'all as suckers. And that's what he seems to be doing. So if we do go to war, and allegedly, right, I don't want to make this the title of the video because it hasn't been, shown to be true, but allegedly, this man had to be stopped from pushing the red button. So
I'll read it for you. General, and this is what I said earlier, General reportedly blocked Trump from using the nuclear codes. If he got his hands on the nuclear codes, we would have been in big trouble. Unconfirmed reports claim U.S. Air Force General Dan King refused President Trump's alleged attempts to access nuclear codes during the emergency White House meeting. The confirmation reportedly unfolded amidst heightened tensions with Iran as a fragile ceasefire teaser on collapsed. The incident underscores in itinerary moment in the civil military relations, raising questions about constitutional authority and crisis division making. Sorry. In other words, he got unlocked, or he got locked out. He apparently got locked out, got kicked out because of his temper tantrums. You need to learn how to read better. No, I need to know how to fuck better. Can you send your mom over? Because I know how to fuck. I can read better when I fuck. Can you send your mom over? Is she do like? Wait a minute. Never mind. I don't do swine. Never mind. I don't even do the swine thing. But you are right. I do need to read better. The words the words are not, I'm not used to reading certain words and phrases. But then again, that's what apparently your ancestors did to my ancestors. So you're learning what it's like for Black people not to read better. So there you go. If you want me to read better, just hit my super chat, hit my Cash App, and I'll learn how to read better. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. On to unimportant things.
It goes back to what Hillary Clinton said, and I'm not a big fan of Hillary Clinton. It goes back, right? How she was talking about, do you really want the temperament of this man to, have the nuclear codes and everything? And it's just like, bruh, he does not care. And now, many of his audience, many of the people who voted for him are starting to see this, and it's too late. It doesn't matter now. Your sorries don't matter, bruh, because now we're all going to front because of your ignorance. And I don't even know if we'll make it to the midterms. That's to God honest truth. I don't know. It depends on his ego, his ego and his temperament, whether or not they go hand in hand that day, whether or not they have a good relationship or they're going through a divorce. And I don't even know about his physical health, because they had that all under the curtains, bro, all behind the curtains. Everything's fine. No, he's in great physical health. He's like 6% body fat. What do you mean? Bro, I got nothing for you.
I can care less. He lies a lot. He lies in his little temperament, his little temper tantrums. I could just freaking care less. I'm just waiting for tomorrow. Now, tomorrow on Wednesday, he gave the ultimatum again. You have until Wednesday. These are his words, not mine. You have until Wednesday. If there's no negotiation by then prepare for rockets to start flying in the air. You know what our Iranian, the ambassadors said? And I quote, do your worst. And then later on, we're going to do our worst. Again, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I just pray for the best. Like, share, like I said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I probably won't be reporting anything. Well, knowing me, I'll probably catch something to be like, gotta report on it. But it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. So you'll probably catch me on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. So you're gonna catch me Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, and Saturdays from here on in. Sunday, Mondays, and Saturdays. Sunday, Mondays, and Saturdays is when I stream. Okay? Got that, Lisa? All right. Cool. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So I'm going to go ahead and fuck this dude's mom, and hopefully I can read better. He said, I see, but I see the coming of this broad. Yes. I can see better. Now I know what these words mean. Articulus, autonomous, autonomous. Oh, thank you. I can read better because I got up in them guts. Let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. God bless y'all all. God bless you all. God bless you. Bless you. Bless you.